Now on YouTube, it's time for some alternative commentary action with the Commentary Hub.
There's headed by Marina, and it's 2-1 to Arsenal.
Look at that point! Goal for Manchester City!
Zaka takes this corner, whips it in, it's headed and it's a goal, and it's that man, Gabriel.
Liverpool have equalised. Lovely improvisational touch from Curtis Jones.
Oh, what a goal! Wow, take it out!
Hello and welcome to the Commentary Hub's alternative audio coverage of Nottingham Forest against Leeds United in the Premier League. I'm your alternative commentator, Nicholas Jones, and the match is taking place at the City Ground, where Leeds have not won a top-flight match since November 1971. The home side are currently second to bottom in the Premier League, and a win would lift them up one place and put them 1 point behind Burnley, but they have only won one out of their last 10 league matches. On Sunday, last week I should say, they drew 2-2 against Manchester United, and that was Sean Dyche's first point in his tenure at the City Ground. They drew 0-0 against Sturm Graz in the Europa League on Thursday and are still in contention to make it through to at least the playoff matches after the league phase. For Leeds, they have lost 9 out of their last 10 Premier League matches away from home. Their only win was 3-1 against Wolverhampton Wanderers in September, and have only won 2 out of their last 6 matches. 11 points from their opening 10 Premier League matches. That's 2 points better off than their last Premier League campaign, which was the 22-23 season, and they are 16th, level on points with Fulham, but behind on goal difference. So before I get into the lineups, just got time to mention a few changes. Nottingham Forest have made 5 changes from the side that started against Sturm Graz in the Europa League. Matt Sells is back in goal, and also returning are Murillo, Elliot Anderson, Dan Ndoye, and Igor Jesus. Sells returns in goal after sitting out just his second fixture of the season so far in midweek, and Nico Williams and Nicolo Savona continue in the full back berths. As for Leeds, they make only 2 changes. Anton Stach replaces Ayo Tanaka, who's moved to the subs bench, and Lucas Nemecha replaces Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the attack. Calvert-Lewin is sidelined with a thigh injury. So the full lineups for Nottingham Forest against Leeds. In goal is number 1, Matt Sells. Then number 37, Nicolo Savona. Number 31, Nikola Milankovic. Number 5, Murillo. Number 3, Nico Williams. Number 6, Ibrahim Sangare. Number 8, Elliot Anderson. Number 16, Nicolas Dominguez. Number 10, the captain, Morgan Gibbs-White. Number 14, Dan Ndoye. And in front, number 19, Igor Jesus. For Leeds, in goal is number 1, Lucas Perry. Then the other players, number 3, Gabriel Goodmanson. Number 15, Jakob Bijol. Number 6, Joe Rodon. Number 2, Jayden Bogle. Number 18, Anton Stach. Number 4, the captain, Ethan Ampadu. Number 8, Sean Longstaff. Number 19, Noah Okafor. Number 14, Lucas Nemecha. And number 11, Brendan Aronson. And the Nottingham Forest players at the foot of the tunnel before they're about to go out onto the pitch, and the Leeds players following up now, and our match officials for this game. Jared Gillett is the man in the middle as the referee, and his assistants will be Neil Davis and Eddie Smart. The fourth official is Anthony Taylor, with Matt Donoghue on VAR, and Wade Smith will be his assistant. And the players now making their way back onto the pitch. And as it is Remembrance Sunday, there will be they are behind representatives from the Army and the Royal Air Force. And so before we kick off proceedings, we will have a 2-minute silence plus the sounding of the last posts, and the players making their way onto the pitch. And it is a clear and cloudy day in this part of Nottinghamshire, as the Army representatives will start to lay the wreaths. Now let's have a look at the formations for Forest and Leeds. So let's run through the formations again. Matt Sells is in goal. Then the back four are Savona, Milenkovic, Murillo and Nico Williams. And in midfield are Ibrahim Sangare and Elliot Anderson. And the front three, Dan Ndoye, Morgan Gibbs-White and Nicolas Dominguez, with Igor Jesus, the lone striker. And this has been a 4-2-3-1 formation has been a recent starting lineup for Nottingham Forest. 2 of their last 4 matches were in this formation. And Leeds are in a 4-3-3 formation with Perry in goal. Then in the back 4 defence are Bogle, Rodon, Bijol and Gudmundsson, the Sweden international. Jakob Bijol also plays international football for Slovenia, with Ethan Ampadu in midfield. Then the front 4 of Aronson, Longstaff, Stack and Okafor. Lucas Nemecha is the lone striker, although on my sheet I'm getting a 4-3-3 formation. But it is for what I'm seeing on my monitor, it is a 4-1-4-1 formation, and the captains are shaking hands with each other and the match officials, and we will pause for the sounding of the last post and the 2-minute silence as we remember the servicemen and servicewomen who have fought and died in international conflicts. So that was the sounding of the last post, and everyone applauding the procession in tribute to our brave servicemen and servicewomen in the Army, the RAF, and the Royal Navy. And so the military representatives making their way off the pitch, carrying their wreaths of poppies, and we are but a couple of minutes away, I should say, from kick-off. The Nottingham Forest fans waving their scarves and banners. This is Nottingham Forest. We are the Reds, says the stands in the stadium. And it will be Leeds United to kick us off. They're wearing all blue. Nottingham Forest wearing their home red shirts, white shorts and red socks. And we will soon be underway for the start of this Premier League match between Forest and Leeds. And to kick off will be Sean Longstaff, the man formerly of Newcastle United, and we're off at the City Ground between Nottingham Forest and Leeds United. And straight on the ball for Leeds is Bijol. Bijol passing up the wing, now back towards Bijol. Bijol passes straight down to Anton Stack. It's Stack straight to his goalkeeper Perry, but the ball has been ejected from the goal area and a Nottingham Forest player was down. That was Nico Williams. Nottingham Forest trying to play the ball forward, but caught out by Leeds. It's Bogle. Bogle bundles it over the touchline, and it will be an early throw-in to Nottingham Forest. And so just over 45 seconds in, and the action is becoming frenetic already, as down onto the ground goes one of the Nottingham Forest players. That was Igor Jesus. Igor Jesus brought down early on. Free kick given to Forest. And Forest now on the ball, I should say. That was Savona trying to play the ball forward, but intercepted by Leeds. Now on the ball for Leeds is Anton Stack. It's Stack towards Okafor. Okafor concedes to Forest, and now on the ball is Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson just over the halfway line, and Forest still in play. Cross forward by Sangare. Sangare to Morgan Gibbs-White. Morgan Gibbs-White goes for a long ranger. Deflected away by Lucas Perry. And that will be an early corner for Forest. Gibbs-White did well to keep hold of the ball. He was on the edge of the goal area. Timed it just right. But Lucas Perry was equal to the task. Was it deflected by Rodon? It may well not have been, but Forest have a corner nonetheless. It's Dominguez. Dominguez with the corner, and off Gibbs-White. Gibbs-White to Sangare, but the ball has been conceded to Leeds, and now on the ball is Brendan Aronson. It's Aronson, but tackled from behind by Anderson. Anderson almost gives the ball away, but Aronson, I should say, went down. The referee says play on. And now on the ball for Forest is Dominguez. It's Dominguez. He's over the halfway line. He's really motoring with the ball now. He passes to Sangare. Sangare gives it away to Bogle. Williams wants it, but the ball has been deflected out. And out the corner of my eye, I saw a Leeds player go down. It was Anton Stack, and according to what I'm seeing, he was punched in the face, or was he elbowed? That was by Nicolas Dominguez. I do not think it was intentional, and I think I could see something like blood coming out of his mouth, but I'm not sure. Anyway, it's a throw-in to Leeds United. Leeds stunned in the opening couple of minutes by Forest. They need to recover from this. and as Bogle throws, but that's a giveaway to Nottingham Forest, and the ball goes down the wing to Savona. Savona crossing the ball over the halfway line, intercepted by Leeds, and down goes Gibbs-White. He was tackled from behind by Ampadu. The referee stops play, and Morgan Gibbs-White still remains on the ground. Ampadu clearly saying he didn't do anything wrong, but I'm sure what he did was very wrong indeed. Need him in the chest by the looks of it. Morgan Gibbs-White's momentarily stunned, but he's able to get himself up on the ground, and the Forest physios now having a look at him. Morgan Gibbs-White has recently played international football for England, and sitting in the stands is the owner, Evangelos Marinakis, the man responsible for signing on Sean Dyche as the Forest manager. He recently joined on October the 21st, and in his tenure as Forest boss, the Tricky Trees have won only one match in his tenure, and that was 3-0 against Porto in the Europa League on October the 23rd. As Morgan Gibbs-White is being led away, or is he going to be led around? Free kick will be given to Leeds United, and it will be taken by Joe Rodon. Morgan Gibbs-White showing a bit of a smile as he talks to the rest of the physios. Daniel Farke walking around the touchline. So Leeds United get the game back underway with Anton Stack on the ball. He's inside the centre circle. Now he passes to Bijol. Bijol under pressure from Forest. That was Sangare up the wing to Rodon. And so Rodon passing to Jaden Bogle. Bogle back down to Stack. It's Anton Stack on the ball for Leeds, and he passes straight to I believe that was Aronson, but the ball goes over the line, and it will be a throw for the Whites. And the ball has gone down the wing towards Bijol. Bijol a little way outside the centre circle. Now it's back with Longstaff to Ampadu. Aronson gives the ball away to Forest, and now on the ball for the Tricky Trees is Dominguez. Dominguez to Savona. Savona back towards Gibbs-White. Morgan Gibbs-White closing in fast, but he has to backtrack a bit and passes to Milenkovic. Milenkovic, Savona, and that's a giveaway to Stack, but the ball goes over the line, and that will be a throw into Forest. 7 minutes, throw into Leeds, I should say. 7 minutes gone. Nottingham Forest 0, Leeds United 0. Goodmanson to take the throw, and he raises it, and he gets ready to raise his arms, and he throws towards Bogle, but intercepted by Savona. Savona to Gibbs-White, and he was about to pass to Sangare, but Aronson gets there before he does, and now Aronson's been fouled. Free kick, not surprisingly, given to Leeds again. Ampadu, quick pass to Longstaff. Now back with Aronson. Aronson to Bijol, and Bijol passes quickly to Ampadu. Ampadu, the Wales international, and the captain towards Goodmanson. Goodmanson passing to Okafor. Okafor cut out by Milenkovic, and Milenkovic, good delivery, but conceded to Leeds. And on the ball now is Rodon. A red balloon has just made its way onto the field of play, inside the centre circle, as a matter of fact. But the players don't seem to notice, as it's Stack crossing the ball up the field. and it's caught by Okafor. Okafor having to hold off Sangare. Sangare pushes him away, but he's able to stand up and is still but the ball has gone over the line. Another Leeds throw, this time to be taken by Ampadu. Ampadu stands well back and gets ready to throw. He bides his moments, and a couple of Nottingham Forest players are edging closer towards the goal. He can't give the ball away, but it is a bad giveaway to Nottingham Forest. But it is a bad giveaway to the Forest defenders, and it was saved by Matt Sells. Good catch by Sells, and play still goes on. Now on the ball is Forest. It's Milenkovic. Milenkovic down the wing to Sangare. Sangare having to hold. Sangare did well to hold off Nemecha, but the ball has gone over the line for a Forest throw, which has been taken effectively. Thrown to Milenkovic. It's Milenkovic, he's over the halfway line, and that's a cross forward to Dominguez, but Dominguez intercepted by Bijol. Corner to Nottingham Forest, and Dominguez will be the man to take the corner. So 10.5 minutes gone, still Nottingham Forest 0, Leeds 0. And everyone waits. Dominguez sends the ball into the goal area. Everyone misses. On the ball this time is Williams. It's Williams, goes for a shot, but is cut out by Leeds. It's Morgan Gibbs-White now. Nice deflection from one of the Leeds defenders. That might have been Bijol. We'll just take another look at this, and Williams did well to put it in. Murillo trying to get some thoughts into his head. It's Dominguez to take the corner again for Forest. Waits his moment. The ball goes in towards the goal area. It's caught by Forest, and it almost went in, but saved by Lucas Perry. We'll try and find out in a moment or two who was the attempted goal scorer. It might have been Gibbs-White, but on closer inspection, it was Igor Jesus. Igor Jesus almost scoring his first Premier League goal, but that was a tight save from Victor Perry. Bijol passing to Perry. Now back towards Bijol. So it's Bijol on the ball. And across, but given away to Savona. Almost retaken by Strack. And now it's back with Leeds, and the ball has been given to Brendan Aronson. Aronson. Now it's Nemecha! And Leeds United are in front! For Lucas Nemecha, that is his second goal of the season. And a superb finish it was too. Lucas Perry liked what he saw, and so did the travelling Leeds United fans in the Bridgeford stand. It was a poor giveaway by Forest that went to Okafor. Aronson spotted Nemecha, and Nemecha just coolly and calmly finished it off. For a moment it looked as though Aronson would score, but then he changed his mind, and Nemecha did well to send the ball through the legs of Williams. Then there was just no way Williams could stop it, and as a result Leeds lead Forest by a goal to nil. And Daniel Farke, he's loving this. He's lost one of 6 managerial meetings against Nottingham Forest, and that was when he was managing Norwich City in the Championship. But Leeds could well be up for another goal. Not this time, says Nicolo Savona, and he makes sure that the ball stays with Forest. But a quick stop in proceedings, and just take a quick look at the match stats. Forest have shot 5 compared to Leeds 1, and 3 shots inside the box compared to Leeds 1, and touches in the opposite box 7 compared to Leeds 1. Leeds might have had only 1 of those, but that 1 was enough. And it's Forest on the ball. The ball now being crossed to Savona. Savona towards Dan and Dyche. It's Ndoye. Ndoye tries to cross to Sangare, and Forest are level. Barely a couple of minutes in, and Nottingham Forest have equalised. For Ibrahim Sangare, that's it. For Ibrahim Sangare, that is his first of the season, and his first in Nottingham Forest colours. It was Ndoye with the delivery. It was almost. It looked like it was going to go in from Igor Jesus, but Perry saved that one. But he could do nothing about the rebound. And for Sean Dyche, this is very satisfactory indeed. Although he will be looking for his first win as Forest manager, and we're about 10 minutes away from the quarter of an hour mark. And straight on the ball is Murillo. Murillo for Forest, although a Forest player has gone down. That might have been Anderson. 16 minutes have been played, and it's now Forest 1, Leeds United 1. And for Daniel Farke, he's looking very studious and nervous indeed. Milankovic to Savona. Sean Dyche bellowing his orders from the touchline. A very animated manager he is too. It's Savona to Dan Ndoye, and Dan Ndoye almost made it 2 for Forest. Bit of a close one. That just a fraction of an inch too wide. Almost hit the near side post, and that will be a goal kick to Leeds. Being passed out of goal towards Bijol. It's Bijol, but the ball is given back to Perry. Perry moves the ball close to where the D is. It's ready to boot it towards Bijol, which he does, and it's Bijol on the ball for Leeds. About to go after it is Nemecha, but Milankovic gets there before he does. It's deflected over the line, and that in all seriousness could well be a corner. But let's just take another look at the Sangare goal. It was actually Dan Ndoye who almost sent it in, but as I mentioned earlier, Perry could do nothing about the rebound. And Dan Ndoye now on the ball, closing in on their attacking third, and Perry Perry almost caught completely by surprise, but he was able to save at the last moment. That definitely looked goal-bound, but Lucas Perry, very quick reaction indeed. And it's Bijol. Bijol passing to Goodmanson. Goodmanson to Ampadu. Now back with Perry. Lucas Perry on the ball. Does well to pass to Bijol. Bijol looking for someone to pass it to, and he passes to Strack, who passes back towards Bijol, and a swarm of Nottingham Forest players starting to crowd him, and it paid in giving the ball away to them. Headed by Joe Rodon for Leeds, but retaken by Murillo. Murillo crossing the ball over the halfway line. Was aiming for Jesus, but well caught by Rodon. Back with Leeds. It's Bijol. Bijol did well to hold off Morgan Gibbs-White. It's like he almost knew where he was. And Igor Jesus had the ball, but it was just clipped over the line by Rodon. Leeds United to throw. And to take the throw is Bogle, and he throws to Milankovic. It's Milankovic on the ball for Forest, passing to Matt Sells, the Belgium international. Sells passes quickly to Milankovic. Milankovic to Elias Anderson. Elias Anderson passing down the wing to Milankovic. Now back with Anderson. Anderson, Sangare. Anderson again, who's on the left side of the halfway line. Now he puts the ball over the line. Halfway line, I should say. And Forest now closing in on the goal area, but cut out by Leeds. Good defensive work by Ethan Ampadu. One of the Forest players complaining he was attacked unnecessarily, but the referee isn't listening. Free kick to Leeds. Rodon to Strack. Just over 21 minutes gone. Still Forest 1, Leeds 1. Strack intercepted and tackled from behind by Ibrahim Sangare. Stack actually went down. He might have been pulled from behind by Ndoye. In fact, he was elbowed in the face by Sangare. But play still goes on. On the ball is Bijol. Bijol just over the halfway line. He passes to Brendan Goodmanson. Goodmanson to Bijol. And now straight on. It was actually Gabriel Goodmanson. Now back with Leeds. Ampadu towards Bijol. Bijol over the right side of the halfway line. The ball now goes over the other side. Gabriel Goodmanson. Ampadu back towards Bijol. Leeds playing the ball very defensively, trying to keep Nottingham Forest at bay. I've seen this move done many times. Bijol passing to Stack. Now up the wing to Joe Rodon. Rodon to Bogle. Now back with Rodon. Rodon down the wing to Bijol. Bijol passing to Stack, although Stack has to watch out for Ndoye. And he passed back to Bijol. Bijol crossing up the wing to Bogle. Bogle to Ampadu. Now has to pass back towards Rodon. It's Rodon. Rodon enters the centre circle and passes down the wing to Bijol. Bijol to Noah Okafor. Okafor gives the ball away to Morgan Gibbs-White. It's Gibbs-White. He's well over the halfway line, but he was sandwiched between a couple of Leeds players, one of which was Noah Okafor. And the referee trying to piece together what happened. Gibbs-White did well to Gibbs White was on the offensive, and Okafor actually smashed in. Okafor actually crashed into him. I thought Ethan Ampadu might have had something to do with this, but he didn't. It was all Okafor's doing, and Okafor lucky to get away with this. Free kick to Nottingham Forest. This could be their chance to extend their lead. 26 minutes gone. Still Forest 1, Leeds 24 minutes gone, I should say. Forest 1, Leeds 1. And to take the free kick will be Murillo. And Murillo or Dominguez. Dominguez sends the ball into the goal area, but it's well wide anyway. Nobody gets near it. And the scoreline still remains the same. Perry kicks the ball out of the goal towards Longstaff. Now on the ball back for Leeds was Longstaff, Goodmanson, Perry to Bijol. Bijol to Perry. Now back with Rodon. Rodon also plays international football for Wales, but now it's back with Nottingham Forest. Leeds take it back with Forest again. Sangare crossing the ball up the wing to Gibbs White. It's Morgan Gibbs White, cut out by Ethan Ampadu. Now the ball being crossed down to Milenkovic. Milenkovic has gone down, and also Okafor went down as well. Might have to check that a bit later on. And Forest have their attack on goal halted by Leeds. It was actually Nemecha who the Forest player got tangled up with, as Perry passes the ball out to Rodon. It's Rodon down the wing to Bijol. Bijol passing quickly to Stack to Rodon. Now back with Perry, Bijol. 26 minutes gone. Still Forest 1, Leeds 1. And barged out of the way was Stack, and that was by Dan and Doy. The referee says play on, and the ball has been headed up into the air by Milenkovic, almost given away to Okafor. Now the ball is with Bogle to Aronson passing it to Longstaff. He was about to cross to Bogle, but Bogle lost his balance momentarily, and the throw-in has been given to Nico Williams. So Williams gets ready to throw. And he raises his arm and aims and throws, but given away to Leeds United. And Ampadu with the ball. They're on the left side of the halfway line. Forest try to take it back with Dominguez, but Dominguez was just brought down. Free kick has to go to Forest surely. Longstaff was the player that might have caused the offence, and Ampadu has gone down as well. Ethan Ampadu struggling to get up, it seems. We'll try and have a look what happened, and that was the collision with Sangare. That was just a separate incident, and also the player to go down was Dominguez. Difficult to try and piece together what happened, as Daniel Farke looks on nervously. Ethan Ampadu still struggling to get up. That might be a very serious injury indeed, as Milenkovic, Longstaff and Stack come over to have a look at him. The Leeds physios coming onto the pitch right now, and they're feeling his knee, the back of his legs, and this is not what Leeds want at this stage. This is not what Leeds want at this stage of the match. and that looks like a nasty cut to the knee. So the physios are going to have to mop up that blood very quickly, and a couple of the Leeds substitute players might be looking to come on. One of those is Ayo Tanaka, and it's like one of the coaching staff telling the substitute player to make himself ready. Poor Ethan Ampadu, he hasn't moved, and that will be a blow for Daniel Farke and Leeds. This is just terrible to watch, and it looks as though the Wales international and former Chelsea youth may have to come off the pitch. Let's now try and piece together. Let's now have a look at what happened. It was a collision with Sangare. Sangare might have come off worse, and he was also caught up in the second incident as well, which may have involved Nmecha or Williams, and the referee still looking over him to see if he is all right. But this was the earlier goal by Nmecha. Incredible finish after only 13 minutes. 30 minutes and we're into the 30th minute. It's still Forest 1, Leeds 1, but the time does not matter now. What matters more is the well-being of Ampadu. Ampadu has finally got back up on his feet, but he is hobbling. But it looks as though he is limping around. That looked like a very nasty cut to his knee, and he may have also banged his head a bit as well. Forest are to take the free kick, and the game is back underway. On the ball is Igor Jesus. Jesus to Dominguez. Dominguez down the wing to Sangare. It's Sangare on the ball, and the ball has now made its way to Gibbs White. Gibbs White back down the field to Milankovic. Murillo off Gibbs White. It's Stach to Nmecha. Nmecha passes back to Stach, but no, it doesn't. It's intercepted by what? It's intercepted by Forest. That was Sangare and Gibbs White. On the ball now is Nico Williams on the far side. Williams over the halfway line. He's got Aronson for company. He passes quickly to Dominguez. Now back towards Williams. Williams to Dominguez. Now down the wing to Sangare. Sangare goes down further to Savona, but it goes over the line. But it goes over the line for a goal kick, and to me that looked as though Forest were going to be in with a chance to score, but again, not to be. Ball now passed to Perry. Perry with the ball, passing to Bijol. It's Bijol to Stach. Now on the ball for Leeds is Goodmanson, although he is fouled from behind by Sangare. Yellow card to Sangare, and that looked like a very rough foul, and a shove in the back, almost trampled on him by the looks of it as well. And that yellow card very well deserved for the Ivory Coast international, his second of the season. And it'll be Longstaff to take the free kick for Leeds. Sean Dyche very animated as ever on the touchline. Longstaff composes himself and sends the ball into the 18-yard box, but headed away by Nico Williams. And that will surely be a Leeds United corner. So we're just going to have a look at that again, and it glanced off the head of Nico Williams, and but no corner is to take place. Milenkovic crossing the ball forward to Gibbs-White. It was actually Ndoye. Ndoye has to cross back to Williams. Aronson almost has the ball, but Williams quickly takes it back. Aronson right behind him. Williams does well to hold him off. It's Longstaff towards Gibbs-White, but Gibbs-White gets caught. But Gibbs-White got caught up with Goodmanson, and also in attendance is a Nottingham Forest fan, Stephen Crean, and he, like most of the other Forest fans, must be enjoying what he's seeing. Perry to Bijol, and Bijol passes the ball up the wing to Rodon. Rodon to gives the ball away, I should say, to Murillo. Murillo up the wing to Dominguez. Dominguez after the ball, going after the ball is Jesus, but Bijol gets there before he does and fouls him from behind. And this will be, I am sure, a Leeds corner. 35 minutes gone, 10 to go until half-time. It's still Forest 1, Leeds 1, as Williams makes his way to the corner. And I have to correct myself, it's actually going to be a throw-in. So Williams going for the risk of a long throw. Comes off Milenkovic. Milenkovic booted away by Leeds, but given away to Murillo of Nottingham Forest. Now on the ball is Sangare. Sangare to Murillo, and Murillo crossing the ball forward, and it's over well over the halfway line, and it's ended up at the feet of Dan Ndoye. Ndoye to Savona. Savona into the 18-yard box, headed away. Or was it a mistimed kick by Jesus? I'll have to take a look at this. Savona did well with the delivery, but it was a mistimed header by Igor Jesus that sent the ball the wrong way. And also in the stands, Chris Wood still out. Chris Wood still out with a knock. He scored 44 goals in 88 appearances for Leeds between 2015 and 17. But now on the ball for the Whites was Stack. Now it's been passed back towards Perry. Bijol on the ball for Leeds, and he's trying to cross forward, but deflected by Savona. Savona gives the ball away to Stack. Almost tackled by Forest and Ndoye, but Leeds still managed to hold on. Okafor crosses up the wing to Bogle, but Bogle was fouled. The referee says play on, and Forest have the ball. Over the halfway line goes the ball. It's Sean Long's. It's Elliot Anderson, I should say. Anderson now closing in on the goal area. Caught from behind by Rodon. The ball's given away to Longstaff. Anderson tries to regain it, but Rodon still tries to keep it for Leeds. The ball now given away to Nottingham Forest this time. Sangare to Gibbs-White. Gibbs-White makes it out of the centre circle, and now the ball has gone up the wing to Nico Williams. Back down to Gibbs-White. Gibbs-White passes to Williams. Now Murillo to Gibbs-White. Now it's with Brendan Aronson. Aronson gives the ball away to Williams. It's frenetic on the pitch, as I said at the start of the first half, and Bogle just deflects the ball away. That will be a throw-in to Nottingham Forest, and most of Dominguez's touches have been inside the Leeds half. And still giving his orders from the touchline is Sean Dyche. The ball has now been cleared away by Perry. So we have some less than 6 minutes to go, almost 6 minutes, I should say, until half time. So the ball now caught by Stack, although he went down. The ball goes the way of Matt Sells for Nottingham Forest. Now on the ball for Leeds is Goodmanson. Goodmanson passes to Perry. Almost had the ball nicked by Ndoye. Headed by Williams to Sangare. Sangare has the ball. He's on the left side of the field. And he passes up the wing to Murillo. Murillo to Williams. Now back with Murillo. Murillo to Elliot Anderson. Anderson passes back to Murillo. Now it's Anderson. Anderson through the circle and down the wing to Sangare. Sangare to Savona. Now back with Sangare. Sangare to Milenkovic. Milenkovic to Murillo. And the ball goes over the line, and it will be a goal kick to Leeds. 40 minutes gone, with 5 to go until half time. It's still Forest 1, Leeds 1, and I have a feeling that there will be a few minutes added on. There will be a few minutes added on until half time, until the break, because of that injury to Ethan Ampadu. So Forest get ready to take the corner. The ball goes in towards the goal area, headed by Gibbs-White, but it still remains in play. On the ball is Okafor for Leeds, but he's been brought down, and the player to get a yellow card for this one is Murillo. That happened so fast. And I couldn't really tell whether he hit him intentionally or not. But a yellow card is a yellow card, and that is his second of the season. So the Brazilian will have to watch out. Ampadu tries to send the ball further forward for Leeds, but it ends up at the feet of Sells passes to Murillo. Murillo down the wing to Milenkovic. Milenkovic to Gibbs-White. Now back with Murillo. Murillo. Williams. It's Nico Williams passing back to Murillo. Murillo up the field and over the halfway line to Williams, and now the ball is being crossed down towards Jesus. Jesus has been fouled. No penalty, says the referee, and VAR is also not required. Aronson does well to hold off Williams. But now the ball is back with Forest. About to take it is Dominguez. He's under pressure from Bogle. The ball goes into the goal area, but a calm header from the Leeds defenders. Now on the ball is Noah Okafor. Okafor well over the halfway line now. He passes to Goodmanson. Goodmanson loses the ball to Milenkovic, but Goodmanson gets it back. Foul from behind by Sangare. The referee isn't interested. He wants the game to be played on. It's Stack passing to Longstaff. Goodmanson. Now on the ball again is Okafor. Okafor to Stack and pushed away and almost pushed over the line by Murillo, yet Murillo goes down himself. Again I have to describe it as frenetic, yet this was also full of drama. And It was difficult to see, and for me it was difficult to see who was in control of what. 90 seconds to go until half-time. As Sells gets ready to kick the ball out of the goal, which he does, and the ball sails just over the halfway line, but it's been caught. But it's caught by Leeds United. Headed by Williams, but given away to Bogle. Bogle trying to cross up the field, but a Leeds player has gone down, and Murillo might have been involved. Forest retake the ball, passing to Sells. Sells to Milenkovic, and Milenkovic crossing the ball over the halfway line towards Dan Ndoye, picked up by Bijol. Bijol to Gabriel Goodmanson, almost caught by Jesus. Given away to Milenkovic. Down on the ground goes Nemecha, but nobody is interested. Anderson to Milenkovic. He passes down the wing to Savona. Savona gives White. Gives White to Igor Jesus. Cleared away, headed away by Leeds. Now the ball for Leeds is Longstaff, but halted by Sangare. Williams on the far side. We're now entering the 45th minute. It's still 1-1. 4 minutes at it. Saved by Perry, and that was from Gibbs White. It's Goodmanson to Okafor. Okafor now back towards Jakob Bijol. Bijol. Passing Bijol to Strack. Strack back to Bijol. Now Strack again. And the ball now being crossed up the wing. And Leeds have had 10 shots in the first half, and that's the most of anybody in the season, ahead of Burnley on 9 and Manchester United and Brentford equal on 7. So we now enter the second minute of added on time. It's still Forest 1, Leeds 1, and it's Bijol on the ball. Bijol crossing to Nemecha, but halted by Milenkovic. Now on the ball is Aronson, but Aronson has been pushed down. Aronson is furious, and understandably so. He's talking to the referee, but the referee sensibly telling him to calm down. We'll try and work out who fouled him as and when we can, but it's a free kick to the Whites, and it will be taken by Sean Longstaff. Longstaff readies himself, and he makes his way back, and he gets ready to kick the ball into the goal area. And Aronson comes along to help, or does he? No, he's made his way straight back. I think he was doing a dummy move, but Forest weren't fooled, and it was Ndoye who had the touch of the ball. Just under 30 seconds of added on time left, and on the ball is Murillo. Murillo to Elliot Anderson. Anderson inside the goal area. Forest, I should say, doing well to keep Leeds United off them. The ball now passed down the wing to Savona. Savona crossing the ball further forward, and it ends up at the feet of Dominguez. Dominguez to Gibbs White, and the referee waiting for his chance to blow the whistle. Play still goes on. It looks as though we could be in for a last-minute goal. The ball crossed in towards the goal area, but cleared away by Stack. And there it is! But no, it still goes on. That's Sells clearing the ball away. We are going to go slightly over time as Aronson tries to take the ball. Ball now being passed down the wing to Okafor. Okafor still on the ball. He's trying to make his way into the goal area. He passes to Goodmanson. Goodmanson to Longstaff. It's Longstaff passing straight to Ampadu. Ampadu up the wing to Rodon. It's Rodon to Bogle, but given away to Nottingham Forest, and there it goes. That's the end of the first half. And even Stevens, I should say, between both sides. Although Forest came out the stronger side earlier on, Leeds have just been able to peg them back since that Forest equaliser. Half-time score at the City Ground. Nottingham Forest 1, Leeds United 1. We're going to go for a break, but we'll be right back before the start of the second half. Hello and welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of Nottingham Forest against Leeds United in the Premier League. It's the half-time score is 1-1 after half-time, and we shall be getting ready for the second half in a couple of moments. The Nottingham Forest players making their way back onto the pitch for the second half. As usual, getting a round of applause from the home fans. The Leeds United players aren't far behind them, and still no there haven't been any half-time substitute changes that I am aware of. I will let you know. I will let you know shortly if there are. And as for Leeds, they will surely have to make a change for Ethan Ampadu because of that injury he sustained in the first half, despite the fact that he was still able to carry on playing. I don't think he'll be able to carry on much longer, and a substitute for Ampadu, in my opinion, is necessary. And Leeds don't need more injuries, and Leeds don't need a fresh new injury. To join Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Harry Gray and Sebastian Bornau on the casualty list. As Morgan Gibbs-White and Nico Williams start preparing, and the Leeds United players are getting ready to come out onto the pitch. They're being led by the referee Jared Gillett. He's given out a few yellow cards in this match, and he is hoping, like the rest of us, that no red cards are to be dished out. And the man who scored for Leeds in the first half, he'll be looking to add some more. And so we get ready to start the second half. It'll be Nottingham Forest to kick us off this time. They will be playing from right to left, and Leeds from left to right. And the man to start proceedings to the second half is Anderson, and away we go for the second half between Forest and Leeds, as Sells sends the ball forward, but it's been given away to Leeds. It's Aronson for Leeds, under pressure from Murillo. Now crossed forward by Longstaff, and it goes as far as Williams, although Matt Sells gets there before he does. Sells passes to Murillo to Williams. Don't forget, Murillo is already on a yellow card, and so too is Sangare, the only goal scorer for Forest, as the ball is still being played further forward by Nottingham Forest. Almost on the ball was Ndoye. Throw in Forest on the far side. The ball now being passed to Anderson. Anderson down the wing to Murillo. Murillo to Milenkovic, and it's Milenkovic this time aiming for Gibbs-White, but retaken by Leeds. And now on the ball is Jesus to Nico Williams. Nico Williams tries to send it through but can't. Deflected by Bogle. Given away to Leeds. On the ball now for Leeds was Longstaff, and down on the ground goes Aronson. It's a frenzy of activity close to the touchline. Saw Dyche clearly showing anger, but the referee isn't moved, and so play goes on. Bijol to Goodmanson, now back towards Bijol. Bijol passing down the wing to Joe Rodon, and it's Rodon to Bogle. Bogle back towards Rodon. Rodon up the wing to Bijol. Bijol passes to Ampadu. The ball almost came off the feet of Gibbs-White, and now Leeds are trying to press the ball further forward. It's gone as far as Okafor, but sent away by Nicolo Savona, although Okafor may have had the last touch of the ball, so it will be a Forest throw. So So getting ready to throw the ball will be Savona. And Savona aims and throws, but it comes off the head of Ampadu. Ampadu sends the ball high up into the air, and it comes off the head of Milinkovic. Milinkovic towards Anderson. Anderson tries to cross it back. He crosses forward, I should say, to Jesus, and now Gibbs White. On the ball is Rodon, and now Darren Doy towards Igor Jesus, and Igor Jesus misses his chance to score his first Premier League goal, and that was 3 minutes into the second half. Jesus was super. Jesus tried to control things but couldn't, and Darren Doy set up the attack really well, but he was cruelly denied. And Igor Jesus may have a chance to make amends with this next corner to be taken by Nicolas Dominguez. And Dominguez takes a couple of steps back. The ball goes into the 18-yard box, but it's deflected away by Noah Okafor. Now it's been given back to Forest. It's Anderson. Anderson crossing into the goal area, but kept out by Leeds. It goes down as far as Nico Williams. Nico Williams crossing into the 18-yard box, but kept out again by Leeds. And it goes over the line. It will be a throw-in to be taken by Gibbs White. Gibbs White takes the throw. And now the ball goes down the wing to Murillo. Murillo to Nico Williams. Williams back towards Murillo. Murillo passing to Matsels inside. Just outside of the goal. And Sales now sending the ball further forward to that might have been Goodmanson, but it ends up at the feet of Perry. And Perry now looking for Perry, now waiting his chance to kick the ball out of the goal. And some of the Forest players on the subs bench watching the action. On the ball now is Bijol. Bijol crossing, but given away to Forest. It was almost had by Anderson or Milinkovic. And now the ball has been retaken by Darren Doy. Darren Doy loses it to Stack. And Stack now on the attack. But it was actually Okafor who had the last touch of the ball. And after almost 5.5 minutes, it still remains Forest 1, Leeds 1. And to take the corner will be Sean Longstaff. And Forest have conceded 5 corners this season. That's the second most this season, behind West Ham United. And so the ball now goes in towards the 18-yard box, almost headed by Rodon, but kept away by Forest. Free kick, I believe, to Nottingham Forest, and this could well be why. Physical contact by Sales on physical contact by Sales on Ampadu, I should say. Ampadu lucky to still be playing after sustaining that nasty bang to his knee in the first half. But the ball goes out of play, and it's a throw-in to Forest, and it will be Nico Williams to take the throw for Forest, headed by Rodon. Now it's with Anderson. Anderson gives the ball away to Longstaff. It's now Aronson. Aronson brought down by Nico Williams, and I feel sure that will be a free kick to Leeds United. And a Nottingham Forest player has gone down. It's Nicolas Dominguez. Nicolas Dominguez might have strained something, but he appears to be all right. Just wanted to make sure that his energy level is up. And it will be a free kick to Leeds to be taken by Longstaff. And that free kick is from quite a way back. As Longstaff composes himself, gets ready, and kicks the ball into the 18-yard box. It's Aronson, but caught by Forrest. Now on the ball for Forrest, or given away to Leeds, but it goes as far as Perry. Now the ball caught by Milenkovic, almost. He got tangled up with Lucas Nemecha, and Nemecha has fallen onto the ground. But he lies flat on his back. I think he's also clutching his ankle as well, and collision of the arms on both sides, and Milenkovic has also pulled Nemecha's shirt. So I have to say Milenkovic was mostly at fault, but the referee doesn't appear to be bothered about the incident. A couple of Leeds United players getting ready to, warming themselves up. They could well be coming on as substitute players. So the free kick taken by Forrest. Now on the ball is Leeds. That was Goodmanson. No, in fact it was Ampadu, and Dan and Doy might have gotten tangled up with him. Clearly his fault, and it's another free kick to Leeds. And now passed to Lucas Perry. Perry passing up the wing to Ampadu. Ampadu down to Rodon. Rodon up the wing to that would have been Bijol, I should say. Rodon. Now Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu makes his way over the halfway line. He's got Morgan Gibbs-White for company. It's still with Leeds and Longstaff. Now back towards Ampadu. Longstaff passing back down to Bijol. And it's Bijol inside the centre circle. He has to watch out for Jesus. Longstaff to Joe Rodon, and now going up, and now on the ball is Lucas Nemecha, but given away to Forrest and Williams. It's Dominguez, now back with Williams, back towards Dominguez again. Dominguez now finds Igor Jesus. It's Jesus on the ball, and he passes back to Williams, but intercepted by Leeds. And Goodmanson over the halfway line. He has to watch out for Savona. He does well to keep it under control. He's inside the 18-yard box. Tried to pass to Okafor, but was cut out by Nottingham Forest. And the score still remains as we approach 56 minutes, 1-1. Goodmanson was just pelting up the pitch. It's like he had a motorcycle engine built into his legs, but it just was not to be. Nemecha trying to stretch his legs, which he does. So he's able to get himself back into the game. Flurry of goals coming in other Premier League games that are being played at the moment, but it's still 1-1 on the game we are focusing on right now. And it's going to be a Leeds United throw, and the ball is being thrown towards Bijol, but headed by Rodon. Now it's back. Now the ball is back with Leeds and Ampadu. Ampadu to Stack. Aronson. Brendan Aronson on the ball. He passes to Bogle. Now with Perry, and Perry sending the ball over the halfway line. It goes as far as his counterpart Sells to Murillo. Anderson back towards Murillo now with Williams. Now back with Anderson to Sangare to Milenkovic. And it's Milenkovic back towards Sangare. Murillo to Williams. Now back with Longstaff, and the ball goes over the line. It will be a Leeds United throw. Longstaff frustrated. Longstaff clearly angry that he was pulled, but it's actually a throw in to Nottingham Forest, and that will be taken by Williams. A quick chat with the referee, but a couple of substitutions are being readied for Nottingham Forest, numbers 21 and 22. What I can see, one of those players is Ryan Yates, and off comes Sangare. In fact, 3 substitutes for Forest are being readied. Igor Jesus comes off as well, and on comes Taiwo on Awonyi, and he takes the place of Jesus. Hutchinson takes the place of I couldn't see who, but anyway, Forest have made their 3 substitutions. And the ball is Savona to Awonyi to Yates. Milenkovic. The ball being crossed down to Awonyi, but kept out by Leeds. It's Savona to Hutchinson. That would be Amari Hutchinson, but it goes over the line for another Forest throw, and the Leeds player might just have clipped it away at the last moment. So a throw in to Anderson into the 18-yard box, but capped out by Leeds. Now on the ball is Murillo to Dan and Doy. Has to watch out for Bogle. Now Forest have the ball inside the 18-yard box, but it's just out. On the ball now is Milenkovic to Ryan Yates. Back with Milenkovic. The ball cleared away. Ball headed out by Leeds. And it will be another throw to Forest. 60 minutes gone. Forest 1, Leeds 1 is the score. As Goodmanson appears to have fouled a player. But play still goes on. Stack gives the ball away to Murillo. Murillo under pressure from Longstaff. Now back with Murillo. It's Murillo to Hutchinson. Hutchinson closing in on the goal area. Almost sent in by Awonyi. Kept away by Leeds though. On the ball is Anderson. Couple of players go down, but the referee isn't interested. Play still goes on. Dan and Doy closing in on the 18-yard box. The ball goes in towards the goal area, but it goes over the line. And nothing. And still good efforts and teamwork all round from Nottingham Forest. And it's a free kick to Leeds, and it's a free kick to Leeds United, as the ball has been passed out by Perry to Bijol. Now on the ball is Rodon to Bijol. The ball is now being crossed over the line, and it goes over. So a Nottingham Forest throw. Sean Dyche should be pleased with how Forest have performed so far, despite not being in front. There is still a foundation for Forest to build on, but regardless of what happens, they will still be in the bottom 3. And so on the ball is Ampadu passing to Lucas Perry. Perry to Rodon, and Joe Rodon crossing over the line to Hutchinson, the halfway line I should say, and that was actually Aronson. Now on the ball for Leeds is I couldn't see who it was. That might have been Okafor. And down on the ground goes Awonyi. He has his shirt pulled by Bijol, and down he goes. And the ball thrown straight back into the field of play. So the game goes on. And in terms of match stats, Forest have had 11 shots on target. Leeds 11 shots. Leeds 2. 4 on target, 1 on target for Leeds, and Leeds are in front in terms of possession. 49 Leeds are behind by 2 in terms of possession. 49%, Forest have 51. So it's Bogle for Leeds to Nemecha, but cut away by Murillo. And Murillo should be, and for Murillo, he should be pleased that he was able to deflect away a Leeds attack like that. But for Daniel Farke, a draw is not what Leeds want. But for Daniel Farke, a draw is not what he wants. Remember, Leeds win drought goes all the way back to September. Aronson tries to send the ball through, but can't. He was blocked by the Forest defence, and the ball goes over the line. A mistimed attempt to pick it up from Dan Ndoye, and it will be a throw-in to Leeds, and Omar Bogle will be the player. To take the throw. So he gets ready to throw, and he throws to Nemecha, but the ball is deflected off Aronson. Bogle will take the throw once again, and he throws to Rodon. That was, or no, it wasn't Nemecha. Anyway, 65 minutes gone. Still Forest 1, Leeds 1, and we are some 25 minutes away from full time. Ball now being thrown by Forest or Leeds. Another throw to be given to Leeds, and it'll be Ampadu that will take the throw. But he gives it back to Bogle. Bogle looking for the right person to throw it to, and he throws to Aronson, but almost given away to Leeds. Now it's back with Bogle. Bogle gives the ball away to Williams. Williams concedes almost to Stack, and Forest just about hold on, but Bogle dinks it away. And one player from each side has gone down. A scuffle appears to be breaking out on the near side. Yates leading a furious Elliot Anderson away, and rightly so. Nemecha trying to talk to the linesman, and it's Williams that went down, helped up by his teammate Murillo, and I feel sure that will be a free kick to Forest. This was what the aggro was all about, and Stack collided with Williams at the same time. Both of them went down. It was Stack who rolled over the line. Difficult for me to pinpoint who was at fault here. I'd have to say probably about 50-50. Murillo crosses the ball up the wing to Hutchinson. It's Hutchinson in towards the goal area, and Forest now are in front. Scored by Morgan Gibbs White, and this could well be the goal that may well give Sean Dyche his first win as Forest boss. Superb finish by Gibbs White. The Leeds defence have been pretty much rock solid throughout the second half, but throughout this game so far, but there was nothing they could do about this one. It's like they didn't know Gibbs White was there. Good use of the ball by Hutchinson. He held off Goodmanson. Cross down to Morgan Gibbs White, and the header just finished it off straight into the left-hand corner. And Leeds United and Nottingham Forest, I should say, lead by 2 goals to 1. And for those interested in stats, that's Gibbs White's 3rd goal of the season. Leeds get the game restarted. It's Longstaff down the wing to Joe Rodon, I should say. Rodon, Bijol back towards Rodon, and Rodon now trying to clear the ball forward, but can't. Intercepted by Forest. Leeds still have the ball, and down on the ground has gone Longstaff. I think he appeared to give Anderson a shove from behind, and clearly that's not the right thing to do. Bijol passing down to Rodon, and it's Rodon crossing the ball, given away to Milenkovic. Hutchinson back to Milenkovic, or was it Savona? No, it was Savona. It's Longstaff down the wing to Jaden Bogle, though tackle from behind by Dan and Doy, and Doy on the ball, but almost a tackle from behind, but it doesn't matter for Forest. It's Williams in front. Williams has the ball, and right behind him is Ampadu. He does well to pass to Anderson. The ball's going into the 18-yard box. It's Nicolo Savona, and almost in for a 3rd, but the ball is still in play. Nico Williams to Dan and Doy. Now back with Williams. Anderson. Back with Nico Williams. It's Williams into the goal area. Bounces off the post. And the referee has given a yellow card to Longstaff. Well, let's find out why. And that was a reckless challenge. Smacked his opponent in the chest by the looks of it, and his first yellow card of the season. I have to say the referee was right in calling that decision. And on the ball is Bijol. Well over 70 minutes played now. It's Forest 2, Leeds 1. And the ball has gone over the line for a throw, and it will be a Leeds United throw. Ball thrown to Stack. It's Aronson, but it goes over the line. And a couple of Leeds players are getting ready to come on as substitutes, one of which I can see is Joël Pirot, and it will be a free kick to Leeds United. And the free kick will be taken by Perry as a substitute, as having a word with Daniel Farke. And getting ready to take the free kick is Sells for Forest. I got that one wrong, sorry. As now on the ball is Dan and Doy. And Doy to Awonyi. But nothing comes of it. The Forest fans believe that a win is in sight. Williams on the ball for Forest, and that is actually going to be a corner to the Tricky Trees. And so Williams gets himself ready for the corner. 70. Yeah. So he gets ready to take the corner. Raises his arm. Takes a couple of steps back, and the ball goes into the 18-yard box, but deflected away by Leeds. It's now Milenkovic to Anderson, but Anderson has been pushed by Lucas Nemecha, and that was unnecessary. And this could now the Leeds players are getting ready to come on. So they go for 3 substitutions, just like Forest. So Nemecha, Aronson, and Longstaff make their way off, and coming on will be Dan James, Joel Pirot, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Welcome back, Dominic. So Dominic Calvert-Lewin, welcome back after sustaining a thigh injury. So it will be a free kick to Forest, and that will be taken by Murillo. Murillo kicks the ball towards the goal area, but kept out by James. James going after the ball was Calvert-Lewin, and now the ball has been given away to Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin gives it back to Forest and Murillo, but it ends up at the feet of Salles. Salles rolls the ball towards Murillo. Nice with Williams. Nico Williams crossing over the halfway line to Awonyi. But down on the ground has gone Ryan Yates, helped up by Ampadu, and it will be a free kick to Leeds, swiftly taken by Bijol and Rodon. Ball is now being passed back to Bijol. Bijol once again, and now back with Rodon. 75 minutes in, it's not Forest 2, Leeds 1. As James briefly has the ball for Leeds, although a Forest player has gone down. Someone should stop proceedings, but he's back up on his feet and running, so that's fine. Rodon to Bijol. Bijol down the wing to Bogle, as Bogle crosses towards James, although James appears to have fouled Nico Williams from behind. And Williams lying flat on the ground, but he's able to get himself back up. Has bits of grass stuck to his face, as it will be a free kick to Nottingham Forest, and the Forest owner seems relatively satisfied with how this game is going. Remember, Forest need that win to kickstart their rise from the relegation zone. Free kick taken by Forest. Now on the ball was Awonyi, I think that was. Awonyi, but down on the ground has gone Ndoye. Ndoye helped up by Bogle. That was just a minor incident. Nothing for the referee to warrant disciplinary action. Free kick given all the same, and it will be Morgan Gibbs White. And Gibbs White to take the free kick. He passes to Dan Ndoye. Ndoye in towards the goal area, but saved by Perry. And he rolls the ball out to Goodmanson. Gudmundsson to Dyche. Dyche on the ball. He's passed down to Rodon. Rodon gives the ball away to Ndoye, but he deflects the ball out, and so that will be a throw in to Leeds. Bogle will take the throw in for Leeds to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin to Rodon to Dyche. James, I think. James now back with Joel Pirot. Pirot to Pirot tries to send it down to James, which he does. James, Ampadu almost gets caught up with a couple of Forest players, and now James goes for the shot to make it to equalise, but couldn't do it. Dan James almost makes it. Dan James almost makes it 2 for Leeds. He did well to thread himself between Anderson and Ndoye, but it just was not to be. The save by Sells was the final finish, and it was actually Gudmundsson who tried to follow up with the rebound, but he could not. And the ball now cleared out at the goal by Sells. And Sells gives the ball away to Milenkovic. It's Milenkovic to Okafor. Okafor giving it back to Forest. Now on the ball is James. Bogle. But the ball has been forced over the line by Forest, and it will be Bogle. That will take the throw. And Bogle actually gives the ball away to Ampadu, and getting ready to come on are Pascal Struijk and Jack Harrison. So they could well be coming on towards the end of the game. As Ampadu throws, the ball is back with James. James to Rodon, but cleared away by Milenkovic. And with 10 minutes to go until full time, it's still Forest 2, Leeds 1. And so the man that will take the throw for Leeds will be Ethan Ampadu. And Ampadu going to do a long one by the looks of it. It's a long throw into the goal area, but the ball has been picked up by Hutchinson. Hutchinson to Awoniyi, but given away, but intercepted by Leeds. Now it's back with Leeds, and Gudmundsson. Gabriel Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson tries to send it around Hutchinson. Now the ball ends up with Stack. Back with Gudmundsson. Dyche to Rodon. And Rodon now passes to Bogle. Bogle back towards Rodon over the halfway line. And now entering the centre circle is Dyche. And Dyche crossing down the wing to Dan James. Dan James concedes to Ndoye. Ndoye to Williams. Bogle almost has it, but it's been sent over the line by Ampadu, and getting ready to come on. And now Pascal Struijk getting ready to come on. He takes the place of Dyche, and we just wait to see who Jack Harrison will replace. And the answer is Gabriel Gudmundsson. So Struijk and Harrison come on in place of Dyche and Gudmundsson, and Leeds will need to hope that these moves will count as they still trail Forest by 1 goal. Now on the ball is Rodon. He passes to Lucas Perry. Perry to Harrison. But the ball was deflected. But the ball was deflected by Nottingham Forest. So Harrison takes the throw. Harrison throws to Bijol. Now it's back with Rodon. Leeds now have 75% in terms of possession ever since their triple sub, but that does not help overall. So Pirot to Strike, and now back on the ball is Rodon. Rodon to Strike. Strike passes to Stach. Now on the ball is Pirot. Pirot back to Stach. Stach, Pirot. Now back with Rodon. Rodon crossing down the wing to Dan James. And it's James into the 18-yard box, but cleared away by Elliot Anderson. Anderson was the man who cleared it for Forest, and so it will be a corner to Leeds, and to take the corner will be Anton Stach. Stach gets ready. Stach gets himself ready. In fact, it will be Jack Harrison that will take the corner, as Harrison sends the ball into the 18-yard box, but headed away by Forest. That was Yates, and he is able to get himself back up. And Yates might have been impeded by one of the Leeds players, so a corner will have to be taken again. The ball goes into the 18-yard box and almost sent in by Calvert-Lewin. But once again, Leeds are denied from a corner, and Calvert-Lewin's aim was just slightly off, as the ball gets ready to be cleared out of goal by Sal's. 85 minutes have now elapsed. It's still Forest 2, Leeds 1. On the ball is Dan Ndoye to Morgan Gibbs-White, but sent over the line. And another Forest player getting ready to be substituted, and that is Morato. Williams throws to Tayo Awunyi. Passed out by Perry. It's Pirot to Stach. Now it's Ryan Yates. Yates to Awunyi, but well intercepted by Rodon and saved by Perry. In a couple of minutes, I should be able to choose my player of the match, sponsored by Football Live, and it's Bogle to Joe Rodon. Rodon towards Strike, and as it stands, Leeds will still remain 16th on 11. Forest still 19th, but they will be one behind West Ham, who are behind Burnley on goal difference. And the ball has now gone, and the ball went straight towards Calvert-Lewin, but not to be that time, as Morgan Gibbs-White will be coming off in place. Morgan Gibbs-White will be coming off, and taking his place will be Morato, the man formerly of Benfica and Sao Paulo. And once again, I'm just having a look at this lovely header by Gibbs-White earlier on in the second half. A shake of the hand and a pat on the head from Sean Dyche. indicates a job well done. And so Morato makes his way onto the field, onto the pitch, as Sells clears the ball away from the goal, headed by Rodon. Now it's Elias Anderson. Anderson to Hutchinson. Hutchinson trying to go around Jack Harrison. Omari Hutchinson inside the goal area. Penalty to Nottingham Forest. That could well put the kibosh on Leeds' weekend hopes. And Ethan Ampadu being spoken to by the referee. It was actually Jack Harrison that brought him down, and Ampadu must have gone to the referee to give him some lip, and I'm not really sure whether that was penalty worthy or not. Appeared to just strip him up, and Harrison went down in sympathy. So coming up to 90 seconds to go until full time, it appears as though Leeds' work and persistence will soon be undone. As Nico Williams will get ready to take the penalty. He wants to get in on the conversation, although we go to VAR, and VAR is going to be checking this for a foul. He's going to check the penalty. It's going to check the penalty. So Leeds might just be given a bit of breathing space. The tape is being rewinded a bit. I still can't decide. I still can't choose what the outcome is going to be. The referee will undoubtedly have to make a final decision, but we wait for the decision. In the meantime, that was a lovely run-up by Omari Hutchinson. Was he denied a goal-scoring opportunity? And it looks as though Elias Anderson is going to be taking the penalty. So yes, the penalty will stand. And so it'll be Anderson to face Lucas Perry. And if Anderson scores, it will be a surefire victory for Forest, and the first for Sean Dyche. And so Anderson gets ready to take the penalty. He runs up and straight in! In the 90th minute, Nottingham Forest have scored 3! It might have come from the penalty spot, but the players don't care about that. That was an absolute cracker of a penalty. He said Anderson said Perry the wrong way. And Nottingham and the last few minutes will surely be a formality. It's now Nottingham Forest 3, Leeds United 0. Leeds United 1, I should say. As Daniel Farke watches on. 6 minutes have been added on. Will this be enough time for Leeds United to get back into this game? Will it be enough for them to even equalise or grab a win? Ampadu gives the ball away to Anderson. Now it's back with Ampadu. Ampadu gives the ball away to Hutchinson. Hutchinson under pressure from Jack Harrison. Those two are at it again. But Hutchinson keeps going. He makes his way into the goal area. Cut away by Stack, and Yates appears to have pushed Harrison. But it will be a throw-in to Leeds. Ball is thrown to Strike to I couldn't see who, and now the ball is being played back to Strike, and it's Pirot down the wing to Bogle. Bogle passes to Rodon. Rodon to the captain Ampadu. Now on the ball on the near side is Strike. Strike to Harrison. Harrison, but kept away by Forrest, and cleared away by the tricky trees, and it goes over the line for a throw. Just over 2 minutes of the 6 have been played, and Sean Dyche holding up his fingers, saying, 4 minutes left, lads, come on! It's Williams to Ndoye. Ndoye to Strike. Harrison to Pirot. And it's Pirot going into the goal area, headed by Calvert-Lewin, saved by Matt Sells. That was just an incredible save by the Forest stopper. Calvert-Lewin must be gutted. And we are now just a little over halfway through the 6-minute period of added on time. It's James on the ball, but James goes down. It's Anderson to Dan Ndoye. Ndoye trying to hold off Bogle, but to no avail. And Bogle retakes the ball for Leeds. Now on the ball is Pirot. Pirot to Jack Harrison, and it's Harrison to Strike. Strike now towards Rodon. It's Rodon to was aiming for Bogle. Bogle takes a swift pass to Perry. I should let you know who my man of the match is very soon, as Bogle clears the ball up the field, and it's going to be taken by James. Nico Williams on the ball for Forest, but given away back to Rodon, and now on the ball is Bogle. Bogle to Rodon. Rodon up the wing to Strike. Strike to Jack Harrison, and now on the ball is Pirot. Calvert-Lewin, I should say. Calvert-Lewin gives it away to Milikovic. It's over the line for a throw. Leeds are running out of time. And I can reveal that my player of the match, as sponsored by Commentary Services because of that wonderful goal in the first half, is Ibrahim Sangare. Ibrahim Sangare is my player of the match, as sponsored by Football Live. So well done to him. Less than a minute to go. Can Leeds pull at least a goal back? Pirot towards James. Stopped by Anderson. It's Anderson on the ball for Forest. Almost pushed away by Pirot. Anderson passed to Williams in the nick of time. The ball glances off Iwonyi. Iwonyi concedes to Rodon. It doesn't look as though Leeds will grab. It doesn't look as though Leeds will get a consolation goal. They have waited too long, and surely it's only a matter of time before the final whistle goes. We're now into the 96th minute. Strike has the ball, but that is the final whistle. Sean Dyche takes his first win as Nottingham Forest boss. And Leeds United will have to wait yet again for another win at the City Ground. They might have taken the lead early on, but Forest became the stronger side, and their win now moves them to within a point of West Ham. Leeds are sandwiched between Fulham and Burnley, but they are behind Fulham on goal difference, despite the same number of points. Morgan Gibbs-White led his team really well, and the final score at the City Ground is Nottingham Forest 3, Leeds United 1. And that wraps up our coverage of this game on the Commentary Hub. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. and we'll see you again soon. Until then, goodbye.